And welcome back to Bitcoin Advisors channel. My name is Chris, bringing it to you here from Westlake Village, California. We got a little doom gloom and we've got a little sunshine out there. So it's supposed to get pretty hot today. I am enjoying some of the weather. However, I'll tell you, this weekend I went to the beach on Sunday and it was cloudy, but it was hot. So needless to say, Neptune's Net, shout out to them. A lot of fun over there, and go get you some fish tacos. All right, let's get into this price action and take a look at what we have. And I think it's a good time to go back to our resource center and set up TradingView. By the way, if you want to learn how to trade, you can go to our resource center at bitcoinadvisors.com. Click on the resource center and scroll down, set up TradingView, begin to start taking some trades on some assets, or at least some paper trades if you cared to do so. We provided that video for you. All right, so Bitcoin looks caught in the middle of the range, and it looks like the bears still have control. As let's see, what is volatility doing? So we're right in the middle, right? We're right in the middle, right? This was saying, hey, probably going to get a bounce, crossing up from the critical zone down there. This is a bit of an indecision candle we have on the 4-hour time frame. So let's see if we, and to be fair, 12-hour looks pretty bearish at the moment. Volatility is beginning to decline. If you put a gun on my head and said, Chris, trade this market, well, I think I would target the top side of the range here at 28.6. More conservatively, 28,300 for a bit of a bounce as we've bled it out for many days in a row now. We're coming into the green 55. And, easy way to manage risk with the stop loss right there at 26,500. To be fair, looking at this, these moves have been swift and fast to the downside. And I guess this is the 4-hour range at the moment as support becomes a resistance, right? So we broke support here. We broke it way back here. But as we've said, essentially the little green box of peace and prosperity or death and despair, below the box is bad and above the box is good. I think we need to make an adjustment here. So I'm going to delete that. I'm just going to clean it up a little bit. And I think we are getting closer to a bounce than not. Why? We have hidden bullish divergence. Price is making higher lows all along here. How would you confirm this as a higher low on the 4-hour time frame? I'd want to see a closure anywhere above this wick, and that would confirm this as a short-term low and probably give us that run to the top side of the range at 28.7 at a minimum. The stock market was down earlier this morning a bit more, but putting in a bit of a range on the 4-hour for the NASDAQ. And overall target, I think we've said, is 216. Yeah, 16. Yeah, we got the upside and the downside target for the 4-hour. Any kind of a break of this range very likely gets the next move on the NASDAQ. So currently low volatility crossed down, kind of in the middle of the road there as well. What economic data is coming out tomorrow? Tomorrow it is going to be new home sales. And from what I saw last month with building permits and the last reading we got last week on new home sales was down quite significantly. What else do we have? Good trades balance coming out on Wednesday with durable goods. And then Thursday is continuing jobless claims and the GDP. Are we going to get the negative print, that recession? The Fed has said we are going to have a mild recession. So the Fed said inflation was going to be transitory. Now they're saying we're going to have a mild recession. Normally they don't even say the word recession in their minute meeting, but that might be a little bit of a hint at what is to come this year. You're seeing big companies, I think Meta, or I don't want to misquote, but some big tech company just laid off another 4,000 employees. So they might smell something in the water there. Fear and greed index, we got up to a 70. Let's see, what's the max? So typically going to be a sell region around that 70 mark. And now we're coming back down on the fear and greed index. So this is where you want to buy. This is where you want to sell. If you're using that indicator blindly, which I don't recommend, as well, we've got open interest, all the leverage positions on the board, slightly ticking up here today, but still very low in comparison to. So what we said for the rally to continue, we wanted to see open interest continue to the upside. It was at 9.5 billion, and now we're at 8 billion. So still, it was the highest for the year, but that is when you see those pullbacks as open interest comes down after a bit of a rally. What else do we have? Funding rates are slightly positive right now, so nothing there. And we've got the leverage ratio. So leverage is unwinding here, but still relatively high compared to, so we're at 2.16 at the high was up there. Wow. At 0.4 before this macro rally, we were at 0.186. So we're still higher than we were back here. So just reminding myself, check in on these underlying market dynamics as they do provide a bit of an edge at some point. So again, if we are looking for this thing to come back up, closure above 27,360 on the 4-hour will cross momentum back to the upside with low volatility, and you could get that shot back to the top side of the range. If I had to guess, that would be my target in the short term. Overall, I do want to follow up on this little green box of peace and prosperity, as we have multiple drives of hidden bearish divergence coming back from this pivot right here. We were never able to defeat it. 31,905, any kind of a closure back below this this pivot right here on the daily time frame very likely does get the next momentous move to the downside, and that would be coming somewhere in this area right there, right in the middle of the green box. Probably plays out a small bounce from this region. Actually, looking for that purple 200, bottom side of the range at 24,200, and momentum remains to the downside as long as we are below 28,940. The weekly did have pretty much a bearish, almost a bearish engulfing candle. And we did denote that should get some immediate continuation to the downside. Sunday close. Let's check in on that Gaussian channel here. And essentially that is a test of the top side of the band, which we were suspecting was going to go a bit higher, but got a nice reversal last week. So as long as we are above the mean band, according to Crown, which credit to Crown on this one, pointing this one out, is as long as we're above the mean band, well, we would suspect a bit of a bounce, maybe some ranging price action after that rejection, and then continuation to the upside. And yeah, that's it for the Gaussian channel on, let's see, the weekly time frame. Same thing on spot price. CME's momentum is now crossed to the downside from the critical zone, rejecting the bullish control zone. Not exactly what we want to see for peace and prosperity. But I would say that in general, guys, we're looking at 12 to 18 months of sideways and up, as long as we do not have a brutal recession. Now, if we do lose the mean band, well, downside target could be all the way down here to fill the gap at 21,000. And yeah, that is something to be aware of this week. 26,225 on CME. And that is 26,169. So don't want to lose the mean band. Otherwise, we could come down as low as the bottom side of the band at 21.5. All right, I'm going to wrap it up there, guys. I hope you have a blessed and highly favored day, and I will check back in with you tomorrow with some more crypto updates. Take care.